Takes the feed. Quick feed. Scores! 3 is the magic number.
Building on last year's successful skating revamp, NHL 20 hits the ice with a reworked shooting mechanic that restores the danger of the quick-hitting one-timer. More top-shelf snipe sets this year's iteration up for a W, but it fails to capitalize on it. Far too many popular modes skate away with a loss thanks to a lack of new content.
Look out, a 2-on-1. Scores!
James, they might as well put both goalies in the other net there. That's 4 in a row for them.
For the past several years, even the most skilled hockey superstars have had a hard time executing one-timers in NHL unless the passes were perfectly placed at their feet and their sticks were perfectly aligned. Even then, the lumbering shot animation often resulted in a groan-inducing whiff. NHL 20 fixes this with a welcome assortment of new animations that allow skaters in scoring positions to unleash shots from a wider degree of angles. Simply put, NHL 20 looks and plays a little more like real hockey. Meanwhile, goalies may not always make it across the crease for the save, but they are much more aware of the threats on the ice on the higher difficulty and do a better job of deflecting pucks into corners away from danger and not into the crowd like we saw way too frequently during the beta. Sudden shots that require quick reactions often leave juicy rebounds at the crease, creating frantic scrambles for possession. Occasionally, pucks drop right beneath the goalie and they don't have the awareness to cover it in a timely fashion, so you get weak goals that go off their skates. EA, if you're listening, please clean this up in the first patch.
Nyquist going to the box for tripping. Stastny's won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone.
If the one-timers are the signature feature of NHL 20, the assist goes to the reworked presentation. Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk may be a legendary broadcast team in real life, but their commentary in previous NHLs never captured their dynamism. This year, EA replaces them with the energetic play-by-play voice James Cebulski and Ray Ferraro, who moves from between the benches into the color commentary role.
He's Ray, I'm James, third period action, ready to go.
The duo delivers a much livelier vibe. That said, while EA says it captured many more hours of play-by-play, this duo has a few too many dead mic moments, like when a rookie is sent out for a warm-up skate on his own or a player heads down the tunnel with a serious injury. Still, the commentary pairs well with the reworked broadcast package. Each period ends with a highlight showcasing a smartly selected big moment, and the slow-mo dynamic cameras do a much better job of capturing the play than the previous system. Showing player photos after goals or during celebrations is a nice touch as well, though it further drives home the long-held complaint that EA hasn't done enough to improve player likenesses.
That's the good play. It's a goal scorer's play. You shoot the puck and follow your shot. He gets a little lucky that it comes right back to him, but he makes no mistake.
Speaking of not doing enough, EA Sports is notorious for leaving entire modes untouched from year to year. This year, it's made the questionable decision to let NHL 19's version of the popular EA SHL competitive online mode ripen for another cycle in NHL 20. The player loadout system introduced last year is largely the same, and the terrible AI makes it downright unenjoyable when you don't have enough friends online to fill out an entire roster. Defenders still join the rush with wild abandon, leaving your goalie exposed to breakaways at every turn. The negligence extends to NHL's Be a Pro career mode as well. EA added nothing of note, even though it's desperately begging for a revamp. Instead, EA invested in fleshing out the arcade-focused World of Chell modes like 1s and 3s. These now feature new outdoor rinks, longer-form tournaments, and a wider selection of cosmetic rewards. The new weekly challenges tease enticing items like rare jerseys, and the rigid system forces you to play uninteresting modes like Pro-Am rather than playing those that interest you the most.
Good chance here. Phenomenal save.
NHL 20 may not offer EA SHL or Be a Pro fans much to chew on, but it does continue the long overdue franchise mode revamp with a new coaching system that affects team building in a big way. The complex system takes time to wrap your head around and has the potential to be something special, but right now it's still a confusing work in progress. You can't hire coaches from other teams, which is the primary way the coaching carousel works in the NHL, and you need to overpay way too frequently to get these suits behind your bench. Fortunately, franchise mode also benefits from many quality of life improvements over last year. Player ratings and contract demands fluctuate based on performance, the sim engine moves through seasons much faster, and the new trade finder makes it easier to find a buyer when offloading players. The scouting system introduced last year is also harder to exploit this year. Those who prefer to build dynasties in microtransaction-driven Hockey Ultimate Team won't find much new outside of a new card opening animation, new legendary players, and the Squad Battles mode, which comes over from FIFA. In the end, HUT still lacks depth found in Madden and FIFA, and at the highest level is ruled by people who grind forever or pay extra to have better teams.
Jostling for the puck, and he loses control. The Wild have the puck against the boards.
So in the end, whether NHL 20 is a winner or a loser depends entirely on the modes you like to play. The on-ice action improves thanks to the reworked shooting system, and the World of Chell arcade modes gain a little more depth. However, the frustrating lack of changes for EASHL and Be a Pro undermine the popular modes. For more sports action, check out our reviews of NBA 2K20 and Madden NFL 20, and for everything else, stick with IGN.